voice of Master Chief, Spartan 117. And you're tuned in to Next Podcast. Now, wake me when you need me.
Yo, oh, my computer reset. Brought everything back to default. Hold on. Yeah, that's beautiful. Hold on. Yo, Darky.
Yeah.
Thanks to K Mega for that one.
Dude, I have to do the other scene now real quick as well. Otherwise, like, we'll flip over to the other scene, and then it'll be the same, just everybody will shut the up again. Yeah. There'll be no talking. I think we're good now. I think we are good now, people. I see meters moving. We had quite possibly the best intro ever in the history of gaming news podcasts, and unfortunately my computer got an update, so it reset and stuff, and when that happens, OBS puts everything back to default. So guys, greatest intro ever, and you guys didn't hear it. But I was introducing the squad, and I took care of YouTube business. So if you didn't hear me, definitely hit that thumbs up button. Share this show out on social media, wherever you go to talk games. Let the gamers know that next podcast is live right now because we have a wide range of topics to talk about. I am really excited about this because there's different things to talk about, you know, and when it comes to I think a good show has a wide variety of topics, and I think we have that tonight. So let them know out there that they need to be here right now. What is up, friendly neighborhood blue shell? Good to see you, brother. Six Slayer, Jesse, what is good? Spider, A Lopez, yo, so many people, yo, what is up? Shout out to you guys. But we were getting into the intros, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to state it again. He is known as that otter with the attitude. Yes, that angry otter himself, but I think more people might know him as Dark Optimus. What is up, brother?
What's up, man? Got a lot of topics to talk about.
Deja vu.
Kind of. I mean, there hasn't really been much, you know, to really like write home about, you know. I mean, nothing too exciting. I think it's more exciting when we get around like E3 area, you know, when we get around there.
We're
getting there, which is good, you know. We're getting there. So
there's like a supposed E3 leak that I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. What is Xbox C? Talking about implants and stuff like that, dude. Have you seen that?
No, I didn't even know.
Talking about like some type of implant to put inside you to play video. What's
that? Sounds like something Elon Musk would do, like, because I know he was doing that, like putting implants in people so they could play a video game in their head or some shit like that. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, all right.
Yeah, like I'm not touching that rumor right now with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah,
like, I'm really not going there, but dude, we gotta get through the intros. You know, we're already late enough. So let me move on here. Let me move to the man that somehow, some way, has put up with me from the beginning, from the first episode of Next Podcast. Yo, you guys gotta give him some respect for that, man. Because again, we are one of the longest running podcasts in this gaming community, and he has been there from the start, coming live from the 405. K Mega, what is up, brother?
What's up, man? What's up? You right on time. I just got that last bite of that pork loin. So juicy, so right. Thank you, wife, for the great dinner. This is why
the Family Feud where the blooper we're talking about loin. She's like long.
Oh man, it's unfortunate though. Here in about another week or two, I'm going to be on a tremendous crazy diet. So it's like, it's going to be. So yeah, all this good stuff is going to be gone. But anyway, good to be here. You know, like Bot said, me and Don talked about that last night. Yeah, like, you know, we've been there, knowing Bot for a long time, man. Been doing this for a long time. He really forgot how long that it was when the next podcast got started. So yeah, it was pretty crazy. So yeah, to still be here and tolerate this buffoonery, I have no idea.
I love it.
Yeah, I love it. But anyway, I must love it. That's why I'm still here. But no, this has been a pleasure. This has been fantastic, man. I mean, this is, you know, I've said this as well, is that if it wasn't for this show, there wouldn't be no GRG. And speaking of that, one last thing before we move on. You know what I'm saying? Now it's been
early, people.
Yeah. It's serious. You know what I'm saying? Now I am not only GRG is the real deal, but GRG, I am the founder of GRG. It is now a true business and the entities within GRG. So it is this was long overdue, man. So it's time to get serious with all this stuff that I've been doing for all these years. So I'm excited about it.
Oh shoot. Oh
yeah.
GRG Incorporated.
Exact LLC, baby.
Oh,
and all the entities under it. It's really good. Well, you know, saying Fight Night, you know, Dev the Gamer, that, you know, and then what I'm going to be doing later on with GRG Extra. But that's it, man. You know what I'm saying? It's real good stuff, man. Real good stuff. You know what I'm saying? But it's real good. and and then me and Don's going to be doing some extra stuff, and it's going to be really good, man. Really good, really fun.
Crazy, and congratulations on that, brother, bringing it to the next step. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Before you know it, you're gonna beat the game, man. You're going through these levels like crazy. Before you know it, you're just gonna beat the game, get all the achievements. That's gonna be it, bro.
Oh man. Anyway, I couldn't have done it without the support from these people and for you guys that's just helped giving me confidence to keep pushing, man. I mean, for Sir X Man coming with the idea first was saying, "Hey Meg, I know you love fight games. How about we do this?" Because I've been talking about it for years, and then of course me and Don doing the Devin the Gamer, and then of course me and you bot, we've been doing this for forever, man. So, and then just all the stuff with GRG and the people that I socialized with, who's been there, who ain't no longer there, and for the people who's there now, man, it's been a blessing, man. It really has been, and I thank you guys for the support.
Nice,
100%.
yeah, and it's crazy to think about when you do these shows, and I'm not trying to go off on a rant here, but
Yeah.
when Next Podcast first started, we had like a completely different crew than we have now. Like
Yeah.
it's amazing how like seats rotate and people leave, different people come in, and to see like the supporters and the people that are there every week in the chat and stuff like that, and to see them kind of like kind of gravitate towards the new people and kind of like their nuances and their personalities and watching the show continue to move forward. It's an amazing thing to me. I don't know, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, K Megas is the only one that actually stuck through it, huh?
That's
Pretty
why I said
much, yeah.
He needs a lot of respect, man. I don't know how he puts up with me on a weekly basis.
Man. Gosh.
I mean, I didn't mean that in like a bad thing. I was just saying,
I think I know how. He just doesn't look at the DMs until maybe the day of the show.
Right.
Tells me I'm always changing the time of the show, and then comes in and kills it, man. That's what he does.
Oh man. Anyway.
It's true.
All right,
Mess.
so we do have Predator is with us tonight. Okay, I'm not giving him a traditional introduction because I think he is picking up his dog right now. But I guess fortunately, picking up his dog is only like 3 miles away from his house or something like that. So he's going to be in here to talk about the topics as well. Now, our brother Crispy Bomb, unfortunately, is not going to make it tonight. And his reasoning for this is he got a Series X. He's going to pick up his Series X. So, for all the Crispy fans out there, I've created a mental list of phrases that Crispy says, so this way you won't feel left out. So,
wait a second. Every time I go like, and I gotta, do something for work or whatever, you guys say I got like colonoscopy or some fucking shit like that. Like, what the fuck?
Hold on.
But when Crispy's gone, he's going to get his Series X.
The first word I would like to say is ecosystem, guys. Ecosystem. You are unfortunately not going to hear the word ecosystem about 50 times throughout this whole show. So, ecosystem. I think I've said about 5 or 6. Let's see. And then Phil was like, that's another thing. And then Phil was like, talking to Satya. And then Phil was like, unfortunately, you're not going to hear that tonight. What else? Oh man, I had a whole list in my head and I forgot. Of course, Gears. You're not going to hear every topic kind of like have the potential to swerve into Gears some way or somehow.
Thank God.
Yeah. Let's see. At the end of the day, there was a couple more too. Man, dude, when we go live, I go blank. What is going on? But yeah, shout out to Crispy. Although we do believe like he could creep in here at any point in time. I'm just saying, if he's listening right now, I hope he likes his list of things that ecosystem, Dennis. Ecosystem. It's all about the ecosystem. You're going last, bot. What? I don't even know. I'm watching the chat as well, guys. Yo, shout out to Doggy Dog hitting up that super chat. Thank you, brother. He says super chat works. And then in very, very small lettering right underneath, he says, "It's great. You should all try it." That's exactly what it says on there. It's just really, really small lettering. So, guys, let's get into it. And, I want to talk about something that came up on Twitter. And I'm looking for the exact person. Jay Woods. Now, Jay Woods is a YouTuber, and he is a decent guy. Like, he doesn't get into, like, the console war drama or anything like that, and he, like, literally, he researches what he's talking about. He tweeted out that Tencent has patented its own handheld console that uses Windows 10, a PC-like Switch. And I'm thinking about Tencent and what they've been doing lately and how they've been buying up developers and kind of like buying up so much stuff when it comes to the gaming industry. Some people think that they're trying to take over the entire industry. And I'm like, whoa, the first thing that they patent is a handheld console. I love how they said handheld console as well. So I'm thinking it might be hybrid like the Switch. In other words, a handheld that you can plug into a TV. Dark, I'm going to go to you on this one first. And before that, hold on, I do got to shout out Wendigo Rex hitting up that super chat. He says, bruh, I left my barn looking for some sugar cubes, and I ended up here. Yo, Wendigo, great job, man. I don't think you're going to be disappointed coming over here.
He must have one of those Narnia window mirrors or something.
Like sugar cube, sugar. What? Where am I?
Yeah.
But Dark, I gotta go with you on this because we all know Tencent, the Chinese company. I mean, they are a huge company, right? And
Yeah.
they've shown interest in the gaming space to the point where they just started buying up developers and stuff like that. I gotta ask you, should Nintendo view this as something to be concerned about? A Windows 10 powered handheld console, man. What do you think? Do you think this is something they should be concerned about? Do you think that Tencent has every thought process that they are going to make this thing?
Ah, man, that's kind of difficult to kind of say because, as we know, Nintendo's kind of been the king of handheld for a while now. They even when they started out, they made handhelds. If you remember the Game and Watch, back in the day, that was like their first system. So it's just kind of like I don't know, like anybody who comes into the handheld space, they got a big shoes to fill.
There's a juggernaut
look at
there. Let's be real.
yeah, look at what PlayStation did. They made the PSP, they made the PS Vita. I mean, yeah, granted they were decent consoles, but they weren't like, the massive end all be all like Nintendo has been with like the 3DS and
Sony
the Switch
didn't really support
lately.
it hardcore either.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, Sony really didn't support it that well, especially with a lot of the games. Like they didn't put out very many games that were interesting enough for people to be like, oh yeah, I want to get a Vita. But yeah, I think Tencent has some shoes to fill if they're going to get into the handheld market. I mean, they could potentially, it could potentially be a really good thing if they say, well, what we're going to do is we're going to have this handheld console, but we're going to have this handheld, but it's going to be like almost like a Switch, but with more of a better processor, better everything, and
dock to your
it
TV
be
as well as handheld.
dock to your TV, things like that, where you can basically play like the next Uncharted or not Uncharted, but like the next big AAA game on it. If anything.
Well, the next Uncharted might go to PC, so you never know.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you never know. And I think Tencent they're a huge company. I mean, they're they're they are definitely making strides in not only just video games but in film too. So I mean, they have and they seem to have the chops to create something like this. But hopefully, I hate to say it, but hopefully it's not a cheap piece of plastic.
Mm, like again, Tencent with their interest in gaming and like you said, movies as well. It just seems like they're out to like take over entertainment. And
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. They when it comes to film, they don't actually make anything. They
they just
just put
buy it.
they just slap their name on it, and that's it. Really. I don't know about gaming. I think they do some. I think they have some sort of you know, um, play
Let me
in
look
the
at
gaming space, but I
10.
know with film they just throw their name on it, and that's really it.
Let's see. Oh wow, Tencent Game Developers Conference. They have their own game developers conference as well.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
Um,
See, I mean, they just
as a learning
yeah.
open platform in game industry, its purpose is to promote the development of the industry and co-create an ecosystem for game developers. So they're on every level, man. They're going after the
Yeah.
developers, they're going after the gamers, they're going after movie watchers. Like
But
they're going after everybody.
it's nice to see that that China is getting into that realm because they can really because I mean look at that game Wukong. That I don't think that's
I
Tencent,
want I want to play that so
but
bad, man.
but it's coming from a Chinese developer. So I mean that's and look at what they're doing over there. So I mean it's gonna be an interesting couple of years here to see where China does with developing games and things like that.
I got you, brother. Yo, shout out to my brother Z Black Rider hitting up that super chat, bro. Thank you so much for the support. He says 448, my brother. Yo, Z, dude, I know you can't see it. We don't webcam or anything here, but a smile is on my face anytime I see your name in the chat, bro. You have been here for so long. You are one of the coolest guys, man. We need to game more, brother. That's what it comes down to. We definitely need to game more. But thank you so much for the super chat, man. Definitely appreciate it. K Mega, I don't know. This might interest you, man, because it's cool to see companies that have they got the revenue, man. They have the pockets. They have the deep pockets that if they're interested in getting into an industry or something like that, they will spend the money to do so. So Tencent is definitely one of those. Of course, a Chinese company patents their own Switch-like device, handheld, and I'm thinking with Switch-like, it can definitely be plugged into a TV and used that way as well. What does this mean for Nintendo? Do you think Nintendo is looking over there now, like, oh, well, here's somebody, with the money, and it seems like the drive, and now they have patented a device to like come into a space that we are known for right here.
Not so much. And before I get into that, I know we're going to talk about this a little bit later, but I want to read this and then I'll get back right to the topic. It says right here, Microsoft and Discord are in exclusive talks and could complete the deal next month, assuming the negotiations don't fail apart. And people said it's going to be 10 billion or more. So that's
What?
something that we can
Yeah,
add to
we
it. So
definitely have to talk about
so
that.
so so it's so these are really it's about to go down on that aspect. I mean, of course, next month is moving really fast. But anyway, all right. So back to the topic. No, Nintendo. This is why I feel like Nintendo is fine. It's because they have their base in the West. Um, Now, if you're talking about what Tencent could be able to do in the East, it could be it could be huge, like because of its home base is China, And that right there is like a huge global market right now. Of course, if there's all different types
Dude,
of
just selling
regulations and
well in
things
their
like
own
that.
country would be like
Right.
millions, man.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I mean, there's billions of people in that state. So it's, I mean, well, I said state in that country. So it's more like they can be fine just within their own house. But of course, they're trying to venture out. They have all types of interest all over the world. I know that Lemon was talking about it on GRG about them, and they also do kind of like dabble in a little bit of everything, and just don't really own a lot of stuff. But they have been very aggressive with their moves, and they do own a lot of studios right now. So it's like they got their hands in the cookie jar of everything. They're kind of doing things like what Microsoft is doing. It seems like that was the attempt at what Amazon and Google was going to try to do. We still don't know what Amazon's going to do, but it almost looked like that Google might be ready to bow out and just kind of do something else. Still stay in gaming, but not maybe so much of what their vision was with Stadia. So Nintendo is not looking over their shoulder on that aspect, but they are looking at it from the standpoint of like maybe they want to, how will the market be of them trying to send the Switch over to China because of their regulations and of course of the, and money is green, so it really doesn't matter about the bad blood of their history between Japan and China, but uh, it definitely could affect what could go on with Nintendo's trying to work out something out there in China, especially with Tencent, that being their home base. So, um, Tencent's just the real deal, man. I think that's why Microsoft is being so aggressive because not only they have to worry about other huge, markets that businesses that had more money or just about the same amount of money and that can do all this type of work, but there was Tencent right there as well that was buying, and there's also that one. I can't remember the actual name of it. I know my boy Cali Rex. He would know it if he was in the chat. But that's a group, and they were talking about trying to go and buy 100 different studios. I think that fell through, but they still bought a crazy amount of studios like just a couple of months ago. So it's showing like now gaming is, and I've said this, gaming is going in a whole different direction. It is changing, and by the time that this is all settled, then everything that we thought that was normal isn't going to be the same anymore. It's just changing. The dynamic is just different. People that we thought that would never sell out, they quote unquote sell out. They're doing it because they know that they want that financial backing because games cost so much money. So you don't know. Tencent might get into the market, but the handheld market in the West, man, always and to me for a very long time will still stick with Nintendo. Nintendo just has everybody's heartstrings when it comes to that. And then let's not forget about how dominant the Switch has been since it got some legs once it just brought out some games here just about 3 years ago. So it's like it's the Nintendo is they're doing their own thing and they're running it. They're just killing it right now.
But
I mean, that's just what they're doing. I don't think
when
Tencent can
Nintendo
catch
came
them in that
out,
market.
when Nintendo came out with the Switch, though, and there are a couple super chats, guys. I am gonna get to you guys real quick. But when Nintendo came out with the Switch, it was a completely it was something different. You know what I'm saying? You know, basically a handheld, that could dock to the TV and stuff, and it went crazy, and I didn't see PlayStation kind of like positioned right in order to maybe compete in that space. I didn't see Xbox positioned right in order to compete in that space. But now we have a company that, when you look at how much they're worth and how much money they have, they're up there with the big boys, and they're coming in with something. I just don't see how, like, because K Mega, you even said their home country has billions of people in it that use their products every day, that deal with Tencent and stuff like that. Like, I think that if they come out with something like this, of course it might be home brewed for a while. You know what I'm saying? It might be
right.
Their country is where it really starts taking off, but they have shown tenacity. Tencent has really shown a lot of aggression to keep going.
Very aggressive. Very aggressive. No, I mean, they can be a problem, but this is the thing. This is where it settles it for me overall, is that the biggest competition, or the person that, or I should say person, but the company that has been kind of like the big dog over Nintendo for the last, I would say, almost 30 years is PlayStation. And if PlayStation couldn't catch Nintendo in the handheld market, I don't think anybody else will. I just don't.
Yeah.
Because PlayStation really made the effort, and I thought that they hit a home run with the PSP. And I never got a chance to get a Vita, but they really tried, and they still, even when Nintendo's product handhelds were not even on the same level as tech wise as what you've seen with with what PlayStation was offering, people still didn't gravitate to it. So that's why I'm saying, like, out here in the West, it's Nintendo's world when it comes to the handheld market. And now with the Switch, I think gamers are now starting to get more accepting to hybrid type of things, like you always call the Switch, and things like that, and bigger screens. So that's why we get bigger phones and stuff like that, and they're not so, they don't want things so condensed because they want to see those visuals and things like that. But when it comes, it doesn't. I don't think whatever Tencent can come up with can overshadow what Nintendo is doing out here, man. It just isn't. But they can really kill it out there in their home country with their product if it's really solid.
Interesting. See, I'm a little more open-minded. I'm not saying like a flick of the switch and all of a sudden they're instant contenders, but I'm with how aggressive Tencent has been, and then coming out with this patent. If they come through with this hardware, I know they're all in with it. And their aggressive nature, man, they will make themselves be known worldwide. Like, when it comes down to it, I don't know, man. I'm a little more open-minded when it comes to them and competing with Nintendo. Nintendo's been around for a long time, but as days go by, and this is something shout out to Christopher Hart. He's like, Nintendo sells consoles like hotcakes. All right, I got you. Things change though, brother. And
no, I agree, but go ahead and read the super chats, because you got a couple of them.
Okay,
so, and then I'll say my point.
Shout out to Darnell Davis hitting up this super chat, and he has a question for us. All right, he says, I bought a Series S. Can I get my physical games turned digital? Now, brother, first off, Darnell, you should have thought about that before you purchased the system. You definitely should have looked into that before time. Like, I feel bad that you bought the system and now you're looking in on whether or not you can get your physical. There was a program that they were thinking about starting. I believe it was gonna go first with Microsoft stores, where you kind of like bring in your physical games and you get like the digital code for them and stuff. I don't think they ever implemented that.
I think they did for a little bit, and then they took it away.
So, to me, unless the guys on the panel know something different, to me the answer is no. Like, you can't turn your physical into digital. Anybody anything different?
I thought that they had a program at the very beginning, and then I never heard anything else about it.
They did. It wasn't, and then it wasn't. It was implemented, and then they took it away. But it was only at their Microsoft stores. Like, they didn't do it at like Best Buy.
I think I said this last week.
Uh-huh.
That market with those studios, I think overall, and then what kind of Sony is kind of bowing away from Japan, and kind of like becoming, want to try to do more negotiating and stuff with China and with other, and doing their things out here in the West Coast. And they want to do something. They want to be more, they want to focus more on the global market as a whole, instead of making Japan first and foremost. It looks like, within what's going on with Sony. And I think now it's just kind of opening the floodgates of where China and now Korea is now coming in, because they're becoming superpowers when it comes to tech, and now trying to squeeze Japan. But that's the point. Now Japan, it's a different.
Japan used to be number one with tech, but they're not anymore.
It used to be, but that's another thing too. It's a prideful thing as well out there, and I don't see a Chinese company going out there. I mean, it's possible. I know that there'll be a lot of people that will say, probably 50, 60 years ago, if there was Chinese companies out here just raking it in the United States, that they would probably be rolling over in their grave or just looking crazy right now. But that's the case because of the global market. But I think it would take a little bit more time for Japan to just get warmed over. Well, the customers, I would say, to be warmed over to Chinese products, and I think vice versa in China. But all the rest of the world, yes. But I don't think, because of the foundation that Nintendo has had, like I've already said this, I just don't think that they're going to put a big dent out here in the West. Maybe in the East for sure, but not in the West.
Well, when it comes to demographics that spend money on games and stuff like that, your main, if you are really trying to make money in that space, you are looking at the first two are North America, so that's United States, Canada, and Mexico, and then you're looking at Europe, because those are the two demographics there that spend the most money annually on gaming. So like Japan, Japan's not in that top two or anything like that. So even though that the whole pride thing and stuff like that, that's not going to affect them if they are how do you say, if they are grabbing those other two markets, if they are getting interest from those other two markets, then
if PlayStation was king in Japan, I would agree with you, but Nintendo is king in Japan. So that's why I differ with you on it.
Okay, I got you. Now, shout out to my brother Z Black Rider hitting up that super chat one more time. He says one day, talking about we got a game again, and it's all golf and Formula One. Brother, I have been known to play a little golf from time to time, but Formula One, open wheel racing, and I do that in Forza Motorsport. But I haven't played a dedicated Formula One game, so that would actually be really, really interesting, man. And Z Black, dude, I am always down. Shout out to the friendly neighborhood Blue Shell as well, hitting up that super chat. He says 4K Mega, and he's got the evil faces on it. He says Tencent wants to have a big influence in American media. Tencent wants to become the number 4 in the console business that many failed to get in. I'm sure that Sony and Microsoft don't want them to succeed. Now that, brother, I think so. I think that's true as well. I don't think they want them to succeed. I don't think they want another company in that space that is willing to spend that money to gain influence and eventually revenue. Oh, more Sea of Thieves. Shout out to RG Viper, man. Yeah, dude, we got to play Sea of Thieves again. The last time we all got together, that was insane. But, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that Microsoft and Sony are looking over there like we don't want Tencent in here at all, yo?
Well, Pred's here, so you can ask Pred now.
Oh.
No.
Well, no. Well, hold on. I'll ask Pred the beginning, like the topic and everything like that. So to Dark and to K Mega, that what do you think? You think that Sony and Microsoft are like, oh hell no, I can't believe Tencent trying this.
Right? No,
Probably
yeah.
not.
Yeah, no, I think Microsoft is definitely, because they're trying to stop this. They're trying to stop the big power push from Sony to try to take over America, and so that's the thing.
Are they though?
Yeah, they are.
Are they?
They are. They
Are they?
They definitely are. I mean, it's just a fact. I mean, I know that for some people that they may not look at it, like think because Sony sold so many consoles and things like that they just got the United States locked. They don't, and so they have Europe locked, but they don't have United States like fully locked like that. That's why I think that Sony has made that push to come out here to LA to really get out there, try to make more moves out here in the United States. But no, there's no doubt about it.
San Francisco, not LA.
Well, it's California.
Same
How about
thing.
that? Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, same.
It's not the same thing.
California.
All
That's
of
the same
California is the same.
thing. Yeah,
Okay.
California is the same thing. So all right. So, but yeah, it's just I don't know. I don't see it being that. I think Microsoft is more worried about Amazon, Google, and Tencent in that as retrospect because of what the money that they have and the influence that they can push. I
Yeah,
think
but
that
aren't
they're
they a
more.
trillion-dollar company though? Microsoft.
What'd
They're
you say?
like
Are
a
they
three.
what?
They're like a three
Yeah,
trillion dollar company, right?
yeah.
So
But
why would they even worry about little Tencent and fucking? Because I mean,
that it's the same reason of what.
Tencent's not a trillion-dollar company.
Yeah, but the same reason why people were making this excuse, which well, it wasn't an excuse, it was a fact. Why is this big huge conglomerate in Microsoft getting their ass kicked by little old Sony? You see what I'm saying? So they're not trying to play this game, because Sony don't have the money like that, like Microsoft does, and Sony was just really aggressive, and they were hungry, and they wanted it, and they went and got it. Microsoft ain't going to allow that again. And especially with a company that has just as much capital or more, they're not even going to play that game. And I know Tencent isn't on Microsoft's level money wise, but
They're
Microsoft
closer.
is like, look, we're part of this big three. We're not, look, you're going to have to earn your keep like we had to earn our keep. So you're going to have to do it the hard way. You're not just going to just come in and slide and just take everything. We're going to be right here to block you. I think PlayStation is right there too with Microsoft, and I think Nintendo's on the other side. I think regardless of how people feel about the console war aspect of it, they are like, look, we're the three. There shouldn't be really too much extra going on tapping in our pockets.
Yeah, because I mean, honestly, like, do you really want more than? I mean, honestly, we have 3 consoles now. Like, do we really want more? Because it's like, I feel like it would just be a headache. Like at that point, it would just be like, oh, this is just too much. It's oversaturated or whatever.
I don't know. Yo, we
I don't know.
got to get Pred in on this because this is a business thing. This is a gaming thing / business thing. And our brother Predator is here. First off, what is up, Pred? How is the dog doing, bro?
She's fine. She's just she has seizures and she's diabetic, so it's like I feel like I gotta take her ass in like every fucking month. So she's good though. She's in here eating water.
Did you say eating water?
Eating water, yeah.
Okay.
she's gonna piss it out in a few minutes anyway. So.
Yeah. Oh man, what a dog. Too many conditions. Well, Pred, we're talking about Tencent here because Tencent, they patented, and I feel a sneeze coming. Tencent, they patented a handheld console. Yo, shout out to Jay Woods. He's a YouTuber. I follow him on Twitter. Like I said, no nonsense guy. Doesn't really get into the console war and everything like that. Does his research before he puts out information, all that good stuff. And I thought it was interesting because it's powered by Windows 10 in the patent, and it's a Switch-like device. So I guess it would be handheld that you can dock to your TV and play your games that way. And I had to ask, like I asked the rest of the panel, I'm going to ask you, should with how aggressive that Tencent has been when they want to get into, certain industries, when they want to get into a certain space or whatnot, should Nintendo like keep their eyes on this? Should they be concerned that Tencent seems to want to get in, kind of like cut in on their action right now?
I'll say like this: it depends on a lot of factors, right? So we've seen companies try and come in and make new consoles like recently, right? So they always fail, and like Dark was saying a minute ago, like it's oversaturated. There's only room for 3. I've always said that to you guys. Like once you get to like 4 and 5, we're like looking at like, okay, that there's only a small group of people who are going to buy that 4th and 5th console. Like most of us have PC or a console, whether it be an Xbox, PlayStation, and then maybe a Switch is a 3rd console, right? So like, why do we need a 5th? What are we going to do with another handheld? You know what I'm saying? We got mobile phones already that people play on that that they don't want to have to carry around another handheld. You know what I'm saying? So like, it works with Nintendo because people love Nintendo. That's been part of all of our lives at some point growing up. We've always played Nintendo games, so we always are going to hold on to that. But bringing another handheld in, it's been tried before. I've seen other companies try and do little handheld games like this where it's like Windows based and stuff like that. Now with Tencent, could they do it? Yes. You also got to think about how much is it going to cost. So like they're coming into the market for the first time. You're not going to get like a little cheap $100, $200 console. This thing's probably going to be pushing north of 300 as well. So then you got to ask yourself what games are going to run on it. Who's going to support it? With it being Windows based, we could probably get some Steam stuff on there. You could probably
Thank you. Yo, Predator. I have been waiting for somebody to say that because I think one of the kind of like dark horses in all this with a Windows 10.
You never said it was window based until
Yeah, no,
that's it.
I know.
Yeah.
No, I said it many
Yeah.
times.
When I was driving
Yo,
back, so I heard
chat. I said it. I
You
said
did
it when
not.
I first said it.
No,
I said
you did
Windows
not.
based. I said Windows
didn't.
10. I did say that,
He
brother.
did say that.
You didn't
I
say it
heard
until
it when I
you
was
got the
driving.
cred.
Yes, thank you.
I heard it when I was driving.
Thank
so I
you.
know
And
he
I'm
said
like,
it.
the dark horse right here is Steam, because if they can get Steam running on this thing, come on. Go ahead,
You got
Fred.
Steam. You got Game Pass, which would work on that, and you got PS Now, which will work on that too. So it's possible. I'm not saying it's not impossible. It is possible, but like you gotta. I want to see the design of it. I want to see it running stuff. I want to see what they're gonna put into it and what games are gonna run on it. What are they gonna bring? They got enough games under their own umbrella as it is, so they'll get games on it to support it. It's just like coming out the gate. It's just really hard for a company to start off with anything. Uh, with a console or a handheld, it's just really hard. Like you have to pry people off of what they're using now, and that's really hard to do. So I think that's going to be their headache. Because like let's think about it. Who's going to buy it? Out of everybody here right now, who's going to buy it? Out of like the whole panel, like if they came out with a $400 handheld that was, I don't know, 1800p or 4K, we'll say fucking 4K, right?
Go 4K.
And it was like a digital only thing. Like, would you buy that?
No.
I found myself when I had a Switch. This is just me, honestly. When I had a Switch, I never used it. I was always on my PC. I was always on my Xbox. I was always on my PlayStation. I never wanted to play. I was driving a car. I can't play a fucking handheld in the car when I'm driving it. So like it's just. I was never in a place where I felt like I would need to use a handheld. So like that would be my biggest gripe as a 40-plus-year-old man. Like I just don't see myself pulling up, in the mall, just popping out the fucking Tencent arcade, whatever they're gonna call it, right? So, it'd be a cool gadget to have, but I would never use it. And so I'm thinking about how often would I use this thing? Do I really want to waste this money on something I'm going to use like twice? And that's what happened with my Switch.
It would be.
I got the Switch and I never use it.
If Steam would run on it, it would be a great way to get Steam back on the living room television.
I will say this though, I do think Nintendo needs competition in that market. I do think that would having some kind of competition in the handheld market would help Nintendo push a little bit further. Like Nintendo does some weird shit sometimes with fucking cardboard boxes and stupid shit like that. But like, as far as the technology, like what is the resolution on the Switch? 720?
Yeah, handheld. It's
Yeah.
720.
Handheld,
Yeah,
yeah.
so-
So like, I would love to see somebody push that and try and get more out of a handheld. And so maybe if they can come up with like, let's say a 4K handheld that runs, really, really good games, really, really good, and we can see like we're getting games like we never thought we'd see on the Switch before. We're getting those games. So like, but if you can get another company to come in and push the envelope a little bit, it might push Nintendo to kind of push forward a little bit more tech and start putting a little bit more into their systems. I actually thought that it would have made sense for Amazon or Google to come out with a handheld to kind of tackle that market, but they didn't, and that's one of the reasons why they failed. They just didn't have most people want some kind of hardware when you play games. You need something.
Amazon's still kicking. All right, Google's basically done.
Stadia's dead. Amazon they haven't released anything. The Luna, that's still coming out, right?
Yeah,
I think it's already out. I think
already
it's in
out.
beta.
Yeah, because
right?
I just got. I think it's out of beta because I got charged for it.
Is it out of
so-
beta?
I got charged for it.
I got charged for it. I got charged for it this week. So yeah, it's out.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. I just don't think that's gonna. They got the money for it, but I think they're gonna fall victim to what.
They got to hook it into Amazon Prime. That's what they got to do.
But is that streaming, isn't it? That's streaming based, isn't it?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and see that's it. They don't have hardware. And I think that's what's going to kill them eventually. They don't have hardware. Like if they came with a handheld, I think they'd have had something going there. But like no one is in that market. And I think Nintendo's got that shit locked. Like I think Ken Mega said it earlier. Even Sony couldn't get into it. They had a good chance, but they couldn't tear it down. So like they end up dropping out of it too. So I don't know if we'll ever see a handheld from one of the big two, other than from Nintendo or from Sony or Microsoft ever. To be honest with you, I just don't see it happening.
I got you. Yo, Voss HD Stampede 41 in the chat. I hope I said that right. I broke it down in my head, and that's what I read. Said the battery life will not last with 4K. That's a good point as well. But I don't know. These companies got to make it happen. They got.
Yeah.
I remember my fucking Game Gear with fucking 8 batteries in it. So like,
Dude, I loved my Game Gear. Oh my goodness!
It makes you think like how many times are you gonna have to charge it throughout the day if you're gonna go handheld? You know, like I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna work out.
Yo, shout out to Wendigo hitting up the super chat. He says we need the Nintendo from the Sega versus Nintendo generations. If you're talking about the Nintendo that makes a traditional console, I'm down, man. Wendigo, I am so down. I have wanted Nintendo to make a powerful console. Like
the success of the Switch that's done.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
I don't think they'll ever make it.
You never know. They did sell cardboard, so at some point in time they
that's costing too much money for them, and they're waiting. They know that they can get away with not coming with a console that's just as powerful as the latest consoles from their competition, and they could just sit back and wait and save costs on making a less more powerful.
Did they
console.
really save costs though? Like research and development, everything like that. You know, their deal with Nvidia using the Tegra and all that good stuff. How much did they really save in making the Switch? So that'd be
I think
something.
that's a good question.
That's something to really kind of look into.
How much did they actually profit off of at the end of the day? Because Switch, it's sold out. Like it was like the current consoles, you couldn't find them. You couldn't find a Switch for ages.
Yeah, Nintendo is the one company that will make a little something off of their hardware. Most other companies, they'll make maybe very minimal off selling the hardware because the main thing is they want to sell the software. But Nintendo makes a little money on their hardware as well.
I mean, think about it. Like they came out with the Switch with literally one game that people wanted to play. Zelda. People bought that game. People bought the Switch just for Zelda, and the rest of the games were straight up garbage at the beginning.
Hey, Snipper Clips was great. Okay, you chill.
But they did have a pretty good year that year too.
Yeah,
though.
they had a good year just with Zelda and the Switch, and like they had a couple other little crazy like.
They had
Mario. They had Mario.
Came out
they
a
had
little bit later, I believe.
So
they've been pimping out Mario, and they're basically every console they come out with, they just make a new Mario.
I bought.
They kind of have to.
Nintendo
make
Fury.
a new Mario Kart with the same courses and maybe 5 more.
Right, yeah.
Shots fired right there, guys.
It's true though, because that's what they typically do, and it works for them. Like, I mean, if I had a new Switch, I'd pick up the old Marios right now too. To be honest with you.
It works. It works this time because not very many people bought the Wii U, so a lot of people didn't get to play a lot of those games. So it works this time. I don't know if it'll work the next time around when the next console comes out, but who knows? It's Nintendo, so we'll see.
All right, guys. I think we've talked about Nintendo and Tencent enough. It is time to move on, and we're gonna go where K Mega was going before. For people who are watching the show, you heard him. He was talking about Microsoft and Discord, basically working hard to come up with a deal here, where Microsoft would buy Discord for the rumored number is $10 billion with a B, $10 billion. And at first you kind of look at that out the side of your eye, like 10 billion for Discord. Like what are you doing here? Now, K Mega, you said there I know you said there was an update to that. Can you repeat what was said?
For what I heard about the for which thing? I was
for
just speaking to
Discord.
my wife. Oh yeah, okay. The update it says Microsoft and Discord are in exclusive talks and could complete the deal next month, assuming the negotiations don't fall apart. The people said it's 10 billion or more.
10 billion or more. I know I ended with you, Pred, but I'm going to start with you on this one, dude. Microsoft is interested in Discord. And it seems like if the numbers are accurate, they are very, very interested in Discord. I got to ask you, Pred, like, is it worth it? Like, why are they going after Discord? Pred?
I'm sorry, I stepped away for a second.
Do I have to ask you that again?
Yeah, you got to ask that.
Okay.
Let's take the bandage off my damn dog. So go ahead.
Oh my goodness, yeah, dude! I feel like your dog, like dog's got like 3 legs. Takes insulin shots. Like
Your dog definitely has problems.
Yo, damn, dude. Yo, everybody out there on Twitter should give a shout out to Predator's dog. Tag Predator and shout out his dog, man. No, this whole Discord thing, man, like it's got me like scratching my head here. Microsoft seems to be very interested in Discord to the point where you're hearing the numbers 10 billion or more. Like, why? What's going down? Why is this so important to Microsoft, in your opinion, yo?
I don't know, man. I didn't hear what K Mega said. I'm sorry about that, but I don't know, man. Like 10 billion, I can think about 5 studios you can buy right now.
For real?
Money, I don't know what they would do with it, other than maybe implement it into what we're playing on now. I don't know. I don't even know where they would get the money back from it, because I think they're worth like 7 billion, and I think, don't quote me on that, but I think they're like buying them for 10. I was like, that's a reach, man. I just don't. I mean, maybe they could put advertising on it or something like that. Like someone else was saying, I think, I was listening to a show yesterday, and trying to recoup some of that money that way. But looking big picture, Microsoft big picture, I mean, they could, obviously use it for gaming, and then use Teams for just business, and get rid of Skype completely. Because I don't really think anybody uses Skype that much anymore.
Shout out to 4 Guys with Quarters, because Clown still does.
Yeah, I think he does for his show, but like he's like, I still have Skype on my job, but like everything is slowly merging over to Microsoft Teams, and we don't really use Skype anymore for anything. We still have it, we just don't use it. And then just Discord itself, if they can merge, like if they can get all the other companies involved into like just add it, to their, to their game, to have it implemented to use, like in every system. Like let's say, I think you can use it internally with Sony, with the PlayStation, if I'm not mistaken, and you can use it with the Switch. And if they can get that to work out and merge it all together into one, then cool. But I don't know. I just don't know what they're going to do with it. To be honest with you. I don't know how they're going to recoup $10 billion from it.
Yo,
they got to have some kind of plan. Maybe some tech or something involved, and I don't know about. Like, something's got to be behind the scenes besides just Discord.
Pred, check this out. Like when I first heard this, I thought about kind of like Xbox's love for PC. With Discord kind of being that, right up there in the top tier for what PC gamers communicate on. I thought, maybe that's why, but then it was like 10 billion. My second guess here is that they might use Discord as a universal chat system through Xbox PC and wherever Game Pass, xCloud, like wherever whatever device is
running. If they can get to work with everything, then yeah, and then maybe even, like I said, even add advertisements to it and stuff like that, they can recoup that money back pretty quick. But if it's just within the ecosystem, Microsoft, I don't know. There's got to be something that I'm missing that's making it worth that much money. And I mean, everybody uses it on PC. Like, that I know, that I play with, they all have Discord. We even use it for some of our podcasts that I'm on. I think K-Maker. Don't you use Discord, K-Maker? He must have left. But yeah, I mean, like a lot of people use it for podcasts and stuff like that. But I mean, there's a paid version for Discord too, isn't there?
It's like Nitro, I think.
Yeah, Nitro. So maybe they get it back that way. I don't know. I mean, that's 10 billion sounds like a lot of money.
Yeah, dude. Like to me, the numbers don't add up really.
I'm back. I'm sorry. I'm back. Sorry.
Yeah, Pred asked you a question, but we're not going to let you know what the question was now. You just
okay. I know it wasn't nowhere
I
as
answered
important.
My own question, so
Yeah, well, I know it's nowhere near important than what my wife just told me. Well, that was pretty. That was pretty.
What happened?
Yeah.
What happened? You going to let us know or?
Oh, well, okay. So she got hit on by her and her friend got hit on by I guess the owner of the restaurant that they were at. And they both told him that they were married, and he says, "You know what? Hey, things could be better on. You never know. Things could be better on this side. So you might as well try to take a chance." She was saying there was an older, really older guy. So I was cracked up. So I was like, "Damn."
While she came home 2 hours late.
Yeah, I know. I was like, what's going on here? I thought you were supposed to have been home like 3 hours ago.
I'll be
Anyway.
like, what's the rest of this damn story?
Yeah, there's more to this story.
She was like, K
Trying to
Mega.
sneak it in the middle
She was
of a
like,
podcast.
K Mega,
Yeah,
I'm working on our future. He's not going to be
Yeah.
alive for long.
Yeah, your hair looked a little smutted out. What's going on here? Do I need to know what I'll play it anyway? So. Oh man, so
Hey baby, I'm home. I'm change my panties real quick. I'll be back.
Wow.
He probably sat there and was like, wait, what?
hey, if the owner of that restaurant, look, he got big long money. That restaurant's been around for shit 50 years. So I'm
Dang.
kind of like you know what? Maybe
Free
risk
food.
it all. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe risk it all. Yeah, oh,
Maybe
man.
risk it
Yeah,
all.
man, yeah,
Wow.
man, hey, you might have to
K-Max
risk it
like, why
all.
did you get his number?
Yeah, why the hell? Let me
I
go
want
get
free
his number.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, K Mega. Maybe you can get his
Now,
number.
let me promote. Listen. As her husband, I am fine with older gentlemen, trying to, knowing about my wife. I mean, my wife is she's an attractive woman. I think that, look, I mean, y'all could probably have a good friendship. I mean, is there any kick in with this indecent proposal? Anyway, let me stop. So I come
Wow.
here again. Yeah.
Wow.
He's gonna talk himself into it. He keep it up.
Hell no.
Let's go back up there real quick.
Oh, no. You know what? Oh,
We
man.
finish this podcast. We can go get some steaks.
Okay, so no, what was the question that you what was the question?
I was asking if you. I was saying like you use Discord. I believe like because we're talking
Yes.
about. So I think
I've
a lot of YouTubers. I'm sorry, podcasters use Discord as well. So
Yeah, I'm using Discord. Also, when we do Devin the Gamer now, we use Discord. So yeah,
Oh, Don's got to love that one.
he's actually warmed up to it. Don couldn't stand it, and then now I'm like, man, just try it out. Now more and more, he's starting to, hey, this got a cool feature. This guy told you it's different, and the one positive thing about it is that it's the privacy of it. It's kind of like you have full control of your own little part,
Your
and
server.
then your own little server. But the one thing too is that it's I mean, you can still communicate with other people, but that's the one thing about it that I think it needs to work because you can jump into, like, let's just say with the I don't know, with I don't know, a Big Cloud Gaming or whatever. I did a podcast with him a couple of months ago, and then so I can get in their server, and if I want to post a video or something in there or whatever, I could or whatever. But still, it's kind of like that community though. It's still hunkered to that space.
how many people can you have chatting in Discord at once?
I think up to 25, 30.
And how many?
Wow.
Like I have a problem getting like 8 party people.
Yeah, and on
Like,
Xbox,
we used to do
right.
game night on Xbox, and we always have to kick somebody out. They drop out like after 12 people.
Right. Yeah, it's gotten better, but it's different. So it's a little different, but
It's
yeah,
different, but it's the same.
it's different, but it's the same.
Different.
So I guess it's my turn to talk about this topic
Well,
now.
yeah,
or
no,
what?
You went
I'm gonna-
first, didn't you?
No, we went to bread.
Yeah, you went to you.
Because I stepped away and I was like, okay. I thought
Yeah,
you. I
yeah,
thought
no,
Kim
yeah.
was
You
talking as well.
you
No,
got,
I was
you got
already
the red
there.
carpet for that one, but
Bob
K-
was just so nosy about knowing about what was going on with my wife and her friends.
Yo,
so.
you said like something really, I wanted to hear what was talked about, man.
I mean, we got hundreds of people that's watching too. So I mean, it's kind of crazy that I'm sharing that with you guys and
Everybody,
else. So
we're
it's
sharing that with
Everybody.
everybody. All right.
everybody.
Well,
yeah.
K Mega, and real quick before I do that, yo, shout out to Z Black Rider hitting up the super chat one more time, brother. You are becoming the MVP tonight. He said, "Frack Nintendo." He said Phil is having a love fest with Gabe. So he was talking about some Steam / Xbox type things going on in the background there. But yeah, no, Mega. I was asking because at first I
Oh,
thought Discord, because Xbox they're kind of in love with PC as well
yes.
as their console, but like 10 billion or more, and I'm like, why spend so much on Discord? What's your thoughts on that, bro?
I mean, it's more beyond just Xbox. It's something we're doing with the whole infrastructure between Microsoft and Discord itself. And so I think that it just broadens just the enhancements to Xbox to the Xbox chat. I think it's also something to do with again with what just Z Black Rider was talking about with, excuse me, the love with Steam, and maybe trying to get try to get more of that togetherness of PC gamers and Xbox gamers together. And you can even, and like, see, that's the other beauty about like having Discord. Like, it doesn't matter who's in there. You could be playing on PlayStation, you could be playing on Xbox, you could be playing on PC or Nintendo or whatever, and everybody can just get into the into a chat together and
Mhm.
just play the same game, and then everybody could just be on their own platforms. So this would make it a Xbox chat like crazy universal. Then it also, I guess, kind of like would enhance things like people's profiles into the gaming space. Like, for instance, like we got the clubs and stuff like that, or like the PlayStation did have the communities. I think that they're shutting those down on the PlayStation 4. But like, you can have your own little community, and then you can broaden that. So there is a lot of things on the video game space that would be really huge. But on the Microsoft Cloud situation, I don't know all of what they can do, but obviously, if they're in serious talks like this, it is something that they've been had their eye on, and it's something that they think that they could just throw out there, and people could be excited about it. The one thing about though is that when you hear some people on the other side that's not fans of it, is that, oh, they don't want it to turn into another Skype, or they don't want to turn it
What
into another Mixer or whatever.
Oh, Mixer. Well,
Well, yeah, Mixer situation was toxic though within the area of people, racism and all that other shit. But just the whole thing, but with Mixer itself, the service was cool, but I don't know why they pulled back. I guess it's just because they didn't have a lot of traffic compared to what the competition was doing. And then, like, the thing with me is Skype. Skype still works. It's just that people are just going to other things within Microsoft, because there's this thing called, and I was talking about that on Devin the Gamer. What is this thing called? It's called Meet Now. And it's like their version of Microsoft's version of Zoom. If people are just going to these other features or apps or whatever, that's in the Microsoft ecosystem, and people aren't just using Skype like they used to, that's not Microsoft's fault in the sense of of that service not working. It's just that the people have decided to move. It's just the same reason why I bring up about digital games and hard copy games, things like that. If like it's not, if people still have a high demand for physical copy games, they're still going to keep making them. If people decide to where they don't want to do that, then that's not somebody trying to force it down your throat that they want you to take digital. It's the market themselves. It's the people, the customers, that's assigned to do that. And I think that's why Skype isn't what it used to be, is because people are going somewhere else, using Zoom and other things like that.
My idea of this, and the more and more we're talking about it, the more and more I think this is what's going to happen. Now, we talked about, I think Pred brought up that whole Xbox Live being in a party. Once you start getting up over 8 people, things start getting finicky and stuff like that. The only thing that I could think of for them spending this much money, of course, Xbox platform, it runs across console, PC, mobile devices with xCloud and stuff like that. I think that they might be looking to make a universal
Right.
party system, using Discord. Even if it's just Discord, you know what I'm saying? Like, you automatically are signed in or downloaded with Discord, wherever you're playing Xbox games or something like that. But that's the only way I could see them spending so much money on this. You know,
Oh no, it's more than it's way more than that. Like I said, Microsoft wants. This is, I think, more of a Microsoft deal than it is an Xbox deal.
I
This
will agree
just
with you
helps
on
out.
that too.
Yeah, this is just Xbox would benefit from some of the for some of this if they get it, but overall, I mean, Microsoft got big plans with it. That I have no idea what they would do with it. But I can tell you though, from using Discord more and more, like the camera quality is fantastic, the audio quality is fantastic. A lot of things within Discord. When I first started messing with Discord back 4 years ago, um, it's well 5 years ago actually. It's completely different and it's a lot better. So the sky's the limit if they could get a hold of it. I just don't know, what all they would
What
do
their
with it
$10 billion intention
Yeah,
is.
the
Like,
intention is, because I know Xbox having an Xbox chat isn't just that just don't make sense. But yeah, no, they're gonna make some more money. I'm gonna do a little bit more research while Otter gets a hold of it, so it gives his thoughts about it.
Nice. And before Dark Optimus gets in on this, I got to shout out our brother Sir X-Man, who is in the chat. What is up, bro? Dude, it feels like forever since I played a game with you, and that's a part of his super chats here. He says, I miss golf and fight night. Be back soon, guys. Shout out to you for that. Dude, yeah, we miss you on the golf course, bro. It is definitely not the same with Sir X-Man not there. And he says, Discord represents a community also, just like Xbox. I hear what you're saying, and I think, part of their reasoning is they're trying to meld all that together. And Predator he touched on that as well when he was talking about his opinions on the topic. But the more and more that we're going into this, the more and more I think that that is at least part of it. Is it $10 billion worth part? That's the question. And so we're gonna go to the Angry Otter himself, and I know this is probably his favorite topic. He could not wait to jump in on this. Oh yeah, Noof Nukem, what is up, brother? It's good to see Noof in there. Game Filter as well. Dark, 10 billion or more for Discord, dude. Do you think it's worth it? Like, what do you think Microsoft is thinking here, brother?
Complete waste of money, dude. Honestly, like, come on. Like, I get the Discord is, it's definitely, it's definitely more of like a PC thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be good to see it go implemented with Xbox. Because then you can, it's a little bit more sturdier than I guess the party chat system has been.
Well, see, that's weird. The party chat system, to me, the actual sound is really good, but
it's good.
The sturdiness part of it, like getting a bunch of people in there, that's where it kind of is like, oh,
right, exactly. So I mean, honestly, man, I think they're just gonna waste their money on this. I would rather see them acquire more studios than trying to acquire. I mean, they have plenty of money, and it doesn't. 10 billion is probably not gonna hurt them at all. I just think that they could use that 10 billion on, buying Sega or something like that.
Yes.
Save that to buy, something else. I just don't think it's worth the money, especially since Pred said that they're worth like 7 billion. Like, why would you? I mean, why would you go 3 billion over that? Like that just doesn't make any sense to me.
I mean, if you really want it, though, you got to entice them to want to sell.
I guess, but like, I mean, it's really like a negotiation, right? I mean, like if Discord was like, well, we're not gonna sell you at 7 billion, at that point I'd just be like, okay, well then I'm out.
Yeah.
I would just think of it as like, okay, well then I'm out. I'm not gonna buy you guys, and you guys can continue to do what you're doing, and then because I don't. Do they even make any money at Discord? Like, I don't even know if they even.
Well, they
make
got the
money.
Nitro.
Yeah, they have the Nitro, but how many people are actually subscribed to that? You know, like, do we
They
know?
have. I'm reading it right now. Discord
Wow,
has
that's cool.
over.
$7
Yeah,
billion dollars.
and Discord is has over 100 million users. And this is
Uh-huh.
another thing right here that you got to look at, right? I was just bringing up Skype, right? Microsoft in 2011 paid 8.5 billion for Skype, and they're just going to let that. This is let the Skype do just kind of go away, and it's also bringing up the point that I was saying was that it wasn't, Skype was really popular and it was huge back then, but the rivals came in and took the popularity. Zoom was one of them. So yeah, like when the market moves, when the people move, then that's not really Microsoft's fault that the public decides that they want to
It
go deal
seems
with
to happen
Zoom.
a lot with Microsoft.
So
Well,
I
here's an
mean,
idea. What if they don't do anything with Discord? They just leave it exactly the way it is.
that would be the best thing to do.
Yeah, I think if anything that's what they should do. They shouldn't take that mixer route where they tried to change things and try to
Do you guys
make
remember
it
how much they
something
spent
else.
to buy Beam and turn it into Mixer? Does anybody remember?
I know it wasn't over $1 billion. I think it was like I think it was less than that. I think they got it on the cheap, to be honest. And I think and
I mean,
which
look, this
I think for them it was kind of like, okay, well, we got them on the cheap, so maybe it didn't hurt them as much to just kind of close it down. I mean, it still hurt,
They got Beam
because
for
I
the
mean it
tech. They
sucks.
got Beam just for the tech.
Yeah, they got it for the tech, right? Exactly. But I think with Discord, I don't know. I don't think spending. I don't know. I don't see it being like a real. I mean, maybe they're just gonna maybe they're buying it for the tech as well. I mean, maybe there's something in their tech that they want, and Microsoft's willing to spend that, so then they can use it for something else.
well also it says here in this in here that Google and Amazon was looking to get into the talks with them as well. Um, and that, but this article came out before then this news that just popped up today. But I mean, it's obvious that seems like Discord is ready to sell. Right? So like if there's buyers, there's buyers. I mean,
Yeah.
listen, I mean, as the great Sam Presti from the Oklahoma City Thunder said, "Scared money don't make no money." So I mean,
Wow.
listen, you know what I'm saying? So that's just you got to look at it that way,
Well, we know Microsoft's not scared to buy anything. They're just
right? Like so, I
they're not
mean,
gonna.
so
They're not afraid to buy anything. I just think that they could spend that 10 billion elsewhere to to on something that I feel like would be worth the while. I don't know if Discord is worth the while. I don't really get into that with those kind of things, but like, gaming studios I think, are worth more the while, because then you know, you get the franchises, you get the you get everything that comes with those studios. So
Well,
I don't know what's worth it for them with Discord.
Dark, I think
You know?
Sega is already in the works, because remember at the beginning of the year they said like the rumor was that by the end of this year, so going towards the end of this year, there's another huge studio acquisition that Xbox is working on, and I
Right.
think that is Sega. But Dark, shout out to our brother Six Slayer hitting up that super chat, brother. Thank you so much for the support, and it's got your name in it, bro. Dark
You want me to
Optimus.
read it?
Huh? Oh, go
Do
ahead.
you want me to read
go,
it?
Go ahead, read it, bro.
It says Dark Animus, I think, is being a bit of a hater. I don't think I am, but okay. But to defend him, it's not readily apparent about what this buyout is about. This is a Microsoft move. Gaming just crosses into it.
from what the article that I've seen into this is if Microsoft gets them, it's going to be mostly for the gaming. From the article that
Mhm.
I'm reading from, let me tell you where I got it from Tom's Guide.
Because I mean,
So
where would they, where would they, what would they use it for if it wasn't for gaming? You know?
right, like I mean, well, I mean, yeah, it seems like the primary thing is for game. Listen, I think for us gamers overall, I think we just not understanding. Like we were hoping that Microsoft would wake up and say, "Look, man, spend the bread. You got the money. Just spend it. Just spend it on this, spend it on that." But like now, since they got the green light, the checkbook is open, Jack. It's like we can't comprehend with our feeble wallets. I'm like, look, okay, y'all want us to spend? Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And of course, the competition that's coming from all the different sides, from what the first topic that we were talking about earlier was that, listen, Tencent, Google, Amazon, Sony's still relevant, Nintendo's still relevant, and then you never know if somebody else might want to try to jump into it that has big pockets. So it's like, listen, gaming is now the new biggest entertainment in the world. So therefore, we might as well go ahead and spend now and then recoup the big dollars later on. And
I guess
so
it would make sense, right? It would
yeah.
make sense to buy it because if somebody else comes in like Tencent, I can see where you're going with that. Like,
Hmm.
if somebody like Tencent came in and was just like, "We're gonna buy Discord," Microsoft's like, "No, the fuck you ain't." You know, like we got more money than you, so fuck off. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just like Jonathan Bell in the chat, what he's saying, multi-device party chat, like that. Like, just think about this. Like, I mean, it was already
That's
cool
what
when
makes
you could,
sense, man.
yeah, do the party chat through your phone. That was already cool. Like, I mean, when I did the podcast through my phone or whatever, and then
What?
just the
Imagine if you could just do the podcast through your Xbox now.
right, like, I mean, yeah, we would have a million more podcasts, but still, regardless, it would just be. But it's still, this is where gaming is going. Social media has now, you know what I'm saying? I don't think this pot's only going to get bigger. There's only going to be more competition for everybody now. This is the wild wild west in this era of, people like us, where we were doing this stuff when it's in the beginning, where people were just getting started, and some people were a little nervous, and now there's people that's just like, you know what, I got something I want to say. I want to do a podcast, or I want to sit here and have
Hmm.
my talk,
Yeah.
and then people are streaming. I think everything of what we're seeing now is us being. I mean, I'm in my 40s, and now, looking at this transition of how people work and how everything of how we used to see it is all about to change. So, and that's the gaming included. So, I'm just along for the ride, man. That's it. That's it. Microsoft, do your thing. Scare money, don't make no money. Go ahead, and do it.
Wow, wow. Yeah, I never thought Discord could spark this much discussion when it comes down to it. But yeah,
I didn't either.
like I said, I feel like at least part of the reason is more of a universal party chat. When you see where Microsoft is going, Xbox platform being PC, of course the Xbox console, with xCloud you got mobile devices, stuff like that. To me, it makes sense that you would want a party chat system that would span across that, and Discord would be great for that. You know what I'm saying? But and you're also getting kind of like, you're getting something that the PC gamer uses a lot as well.
Right.
And
I was about to just say that. Like, the last thing I would want to say is that this would be good because a lot of PC gamers, that's what they use, is Discord, and they're like, they don't want to go and use the Xbox, party chat or whatever to talk to somebody when they're playing cross-play games on PC with Xbox. So I think this could potentially be, a good thing, but I just don't see the
And
the
and
money
one more.
value in it.
Well, no, and one other thing too, though, if Xbox doesn't jump in and try to implement their rules and stuff into it, just think about this now. Like, nobody can come after Xbox when everybody has their own, like, server or whatever for how they have their party chats, and then, like, the people who are in control of those servers control the party chat. So if you got some kind of random crazy person that comes in saying some wild shit, you can boot them, you can ban them.
Yeah.
Xbox doesn't have to put any regulations on anybody on from that end, except for like if it's just an open, old school way of how like people used to or still kind of jump into parties and just do the thing that they used to do just randomly. Because I don't really know too many people that just do the random online thing. I do it every once in a while just to see if it's still crazy and hectic as it always has been. But yeah, like the first time I get called the N-word just coming in having my name. Hey, K Mega, are you oh okay, it's still the same. All right, I'm LP.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I'm back to the private stuff. So
K Mega's like
I think that's my
delicious right there. Delicious.
Delicious. That delicious slander.
Yeah. Yo, shout out to Sir X-Man hitting up that super chat one more time, brother. Again, thank you for the support. He says, with Discord, just imagine launching YouTube from your Xbox. That would be a big game changer. Now, I think when he says launching YouTube, kind of like, maybe what we were just talking about, doing our podcasts and stuff like that. I will say, if they instill it, like, on the system, it would get me to think, and I would possibly use Discord for like future projects.
Oh yeah,
streaming, certain things from the Xbox to my YouTube channel, stuff like that. It would cause me, and guys, I don't like using Discord. I will let you guys know that right now. I do not like setting it up, everything like that. Like I don't like using Discord. But
here's one thing though that I just thought about is that PlayStation already allows you to stream to YouTube.
Yes.
So maybe this acquisition is so that they can get it so that they can stream through Discord to YouTube. Maybe I don't know. I don't know how.
Service. I just thought
no,
it was
it's
more
not.
communication
But
type thing.
It's a communication, but you can implement it to go to YouTube, or whatever. You can. I don't know.
And then I got to make one last point before because I know Prez over here going to start tripping out.
He's going to put that music on.
Yeah, Slick Six Layer in the chat said, imagine when they update Edge, which they already have updated. It's just in testing phase right now.
Yeah, I saw Brad Sand's video on that.
Man, like, look, I think that the rumors aren't. I don't think they're rumors. I think they're true. I think we'll be able to play PC games on the Xbox. I think that they're trying to merge both as one, and I think that would be insanely crazy if they do. That's why they'll call it Xbox Network.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's funny. I did not even put that in the topic. Again, I was doing the topics from work, guys. So I might have missed a couple. I forgot about the Xbox Live name change. That some people are laying eggs over.
I don't know why.
Well, people are like, oh, they're copying off of Sony with the whole network thing, and I'm like, oh, dude, so many other companies, like, not just in the gaming space, so many other companies use network. Like, Sony didn't invent the name, dude. But anyway, they didn't invent the word. But yeah, let's definitely move on here, and let me see, what was I getting to? I'm going to the topics real quick. Yeah. Let's talk about Sony real quick. It came out this week that Sony this summer will be shutting down their online stores for the PS3, the PlayStation Vita, and the PSP. Now, of course, you have extremists out there on both sides, trying to use this information as console war type stuff. I gotta ask the panel, and you know what, Dark, since you came in with that evil laugh, I'm gonna start with you, brother.
Alrighty.
Dark, it seems that Sony is gonna shut down these stores, for the PS3, the Vita, and the PSP. Dark, explain yourself when you answer this. Is this a big deal, or What is this? Is this really a big deal?
No, it's not. I think it's a little bit more of a big deal with the PS3 than it is with like the Vita or the PSP, because I mean the PSP is kind of old now, and the Vita has been discontinued for a while and stuff, and but I think with the PS3, I know that there's plenty of people who still play on the PS3. Of course, when they do, they don't really buy anything online. So I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess yeah, it's really not that big of a deal in terms of just if you want to buy those games, you're gonna have to buy them physical. You're not gonna be able to buy them digital anymore. And that's the thing. I don't. I mean, didn't I mean, every company kind of does this, right? I mean, like, there's not like just one company that does this kind of thing. Um, I get that people use it so that they can, tout that their console's better because their console has, backwards compatibility with,
Well,
original Xbox and original,
Well,
and
Dark, that's the
360
one
games and
thing.
stuff
That's
like
the
that.
one thing that, because you said, the bigger deal would be the PS3. And we all know the PS3,
Yeah.
when it came underneath the, under the hood, they went with something different. They went with something unique.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they really haven't gotten, like, the backwards compatibility and stuff like that.
No.
So, I mean.
And plus, most of those games are remastered to PS4. So, I mean, you can play those games on a PS5
Really?
or a PS4 because they are a lot of them are remastered. Like the
Like
hits mostly
Resistance and stuff
are
like that?
remastered. Not Resistance. I mean, like the hits, like the bigger games like Uncharted and God of War and things like that. They've been remastered to the PS4. The Last of Us.
So
Hopefully someday maybe a Resistance will get a remaster, because those were actually pretty good games.
So you're telling people if they want to play God of War 3, they're gonna have to just buy the remastered one for the PS4 now, right?
Yeah, or or well, I mean, it's pretty cheap. I mean, it's not like you'd have to pay a lot of money for it. But I mean, yeah, if you're gonna, I mean, PlayStation doesn't have PlayStation doesn't have Game Pass, dude. Like of course they're gonna have to buy it. Like they can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna go. Well, actually, I think they can go to PS Now and actually get some of those games. I none of the Resistance games are on PS Now because I tried to check to see, because I was like, man, I wanna play those games again, and then I checked PS Now and they're not on there. So I mean, I guess for right now, if you wanted to get if you want to play those games, you'd have to buy a PS3 and buy it physical. Which I don't think is a bad thing. It's just yeah, it's more of an inconvenience that you can't buy them digitally anymore. That's really what it's gonna come down to.
Yeah. I don't know. K Mega, what do you think about that? Like, I didn't even think about the PS3 in terms of the uniqueness of that console. But they're closing down the store this summer for that and the two Sony handhelds. Is this a big deal to you, bro?
It's a troubling deal. I mean, as Sony is I'm always going to support Sony. I'm going to always get a PlayStation, but Sony is not my primary console anymore. So it's not as big of a deal as it would if it was my primary, because as a person that still plays older games, will go back and I have that nostalgia, and especially when at a time when they were promoting buying digital copies, and you bought them and they're gone, like, or you can't play with them anymore. That's a problem.
I think you can still play them.
Yeah, I think
Well, yeah, but see, this is another thing too. I
You just
don't know.
can't go to the store and buy them.
Right, right. But there's also some other things too, like that caused another uproar. And this was, I want to read this. It said basically, basically Sony's inner clock requires a validation to reset once the CMOS battery dies. It will die, And once this happens, all of your digital games won't work without a sign-in. If their servers are gone, this is impossible. So you lost everything. So because that battery is going to eventually, you can replace the battery, but when you once you place that battery in, and then you get it's done. Finito Titans. And that to me is where I look at it. If Sony was all about what they were advertising last year about, they believe in generations, things like that, then I would say, well, look, they told you they believe in generations, but because now they kind of backtracked and now they're trying to do all of this, we got stuff for the PlayStation 4 and we doing this and we all know that sales digitally has gone up dramatically, right? And so what's going to happen in another 15 years if they do this to the PlayStation 4? And then on top of that, and this is something that we talked about on Devin the Gamer the other night. What is the purpose of buying the all digital PlayStation 5? If they're going to keep on doing this down the line, it's only going to just make people just want to buy more physical. But see, this is the other thing too, where I see where people will say, oh, well, this is why physical is way more important. Games are all hooked up to servers and stuff now, Jack. It doesn't matter if you got that disc or not. If they shut those servers down, that disc is nothing more but a cup holder. That's it. It's nothing.
But that's also on Xbox side too, though.
Oh yeah, I know. But see, that's the thing though. Xbox is promoting like that PC-esque type of way. Like, old games are important. Backwards compatibility. We want things to be just like you get it when you jump in and you pull the game and when you download an old game on PC, it's there. Except here's that the ecosystem is a little bit more friendly because some of those old games on the PC side might not work for you. That's what I'm all for. And that's why I thought that it was going to be the smartest thing that Sony could ever do is promote their classics, even though they might not all those games would have looked great. But if they did the same thing that what Microsoft was doing with their older classics, I would have got a PlayStation immediately to have a chance to play PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3 games, all, and they put it in some kind of catalog and then they can upgrade their bigger titles, or all of them if they could do like, the HDR boosts and things like that. Retro gaming is still important, and it always will be important. I want to make my last point on this is that this hits me a little bit hard because I went and I got a 360 again, and I did it because of really for one particular game, well, two particular games, and that was Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and for Lips. And so the servers are down on Lips, but all my music and everything is there. Like all my music and stuff. And see, I didn't believe Sir X-Men and then when they were telling me, oh no, you could go into your data history and you can pull up all of the songs and everything that you bought digitally. Sure enough, got all my music for Lips, and it's back. You know what I'm saying? You got the homies and now.
Dude, does that mean all my Guitar Hero stuff as well?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what's important. And then again, you also have to look at the whole thing with Sony and how they have their shit paywalled under got their data under a paywall through PSN. But if they're over here charging you money for PSN and then they decide that they want to shut your shit down after a certain point, that's disgusting. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? That is crazy. So, it is at the moment when people look at it, well, no, who cares about something from 14, 15 years ago? But, I mean, there's people that still talk about great games that was, like, let's think about, like, Heavenly Sword. That game ain't never going to come back. And if you bought that digitally, and if your PlayStation clock goes out, it's over. Or, you know what I'm saying? And then another thing that Otter said that I don't think he realizes is that, you can go somewhere and buy those games physical somewhere else, but they're going to start jacking up the prices on those games.
Yeah, that's true.
And, the scalpers are going to eat good. So it's a problem to me. I think it's gross on all levels.
Well, especially with
don't need to promote it.
Especially with the PS1, PS2, PS3. Yeah, definitely I agree with you on that, but they have kind of made strides a little bit with the PS4 and with the PS5. So I mean, they are making strides, but I think they need to make more strides with their older titles. Because especially when I was saying when I wanted to play Resistance, and I can't play it because I don't have a PS3, and it's not on PS Now, so I can't play those games, and I've been wanting to play those games again. So yeah, it does suck.
It's amazing how I somehow, some way said Resistance, not knowing that you have had that urge or that itch.
I have, dude.
This
Yeah.
is a great game. Yeah.
Yeah, they are good games. So I'm like, oh man.
yo, real quick, shout out to Wendigo Rex hitting up that super chat one more time. He says, just a reminder, Game Pass is all digital. I got you, brother. But guess what? When it comes to first party content, and if you just look at Xbox's track record for purchasing first party studios, all those games from all those studios will never go away from Game Pass. So, maybe the third party content that will be rotated in and out of Game Pass, but all the first party will stay in Game Pass.
I don't know, dude. I think some of that stuff will get rotated, to be honest.
I don't think so.
I think it will, dude.
No.
I think the library will have a cap on it, and I think eventually they'll have where they'll rotate it out. It's not going to be like you're going to have to wait 6 months for it to play it again. It'll probably be like,
they'll probably put them in like backwards compatible, space. The older games,
something like that. Yeah.
I don't know. And where is it? Wendigo said it's the same with Xbox, and talking about the stores closing. Now I got to ask, K Mega, this is funny because you have a 360. Is the online store still working on the 360?
Yeah, I bought like 7 games off of it. I bought I went and I got 99 Nights. I got 99 Nights 2.
I played that game hardcore when that came out. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I bought the Devil what is it? The Devil's no, that's the movie. That's the Devil's Third. It's an EA game. They have the first game backwards compat, but the second game is not backwards compat. It's the two cops. I forget what the name of the game is, but the second one is that they're going against a cartel. That's the name of the something is whatever.
Army of One.
Yeah, Army of One cartel. Like that's that game is not back compat. And then there's also Persona Arena, which is a fighting game that's on 360. That's back compat. But the enhanced version, or not the extended version, which is Ultra Max, which I only thought that was on the Wii U, that's on the 360. And so I bought that. I bought Need for Speed. I bought Need for Speed. The Run. I bought
The Run is actually a really good game too.
I bought Need for Speed Undercover. I bought Need for Speed Most Wanted, and then I bought another Need for Speed. I think it was Shift or something. So yeah, no, the store is still there. You can still it's crazy. You can still download movies and watch brand new movies on the 360 app.
Mizzle T Shizzles, right? It's Army of Two.
Yeah, it's Army of Two. Yeah. I was like, oh, this looks hot. And then again, I only played the first Shank, but I didn't know that the other the second Shank was it might be backwards compat now, but I had to get it because I didn't never get the chance to play the second Shank because I love Shank. I would love to see them bring Shank back, but no, I bought like 7, 8 games.
It's just like lives with you, isn't it?
Yeah, like no, it was crazy because I was just kind of like, I came in there just
you and these fucking shitty ass games,
bro. I'm telling you, man. I'll tell you right now, man. Hey, my wife and my homeboy's wife, they started singing that. They would start singing My Prerogative, and then like my wife is white, and so my homeboy's wife is black.
Prerogative.
And then when she beat, and then there was a Beyonce song too. And then when my wife beat her in that song, hey, the competition was on. Like they were going at it. Like they were dancing and shit. I said, "What is going on here?" I was like, "All right." And then it just picked up, and the homeboys was here. Like it was just like old times, man.
That
Lip
liquor was
is one of those
flowing
games.
that night. Liquor was flowing.
Yeah,
that
the
night.
ladies started drinking. It was good, man. Yeah. So we'll be doing that again here probably. Maybe not this Saturday. We too old. We can't be doing that every weekend. But maybe next.
We
maybe
too
the next
old.
week. Maybe next week. Next week.
Oh my goodness.
So.
Yo,
Bring Lips back.
yo, Predator.
Yo,
We got to bring it back here, Pred. Dude, what do you think about the online stores for the PS3, the Vita, and the PSP basically closing down this summer, man? Do you think it's a big deal?
not really, to be honest with you. I mean, like, I know there's a lot of people that have those still, but like, for nostalgia, like K-Meg was saying, if you have a library of games that you want to keep, I mean, it sucks for those guys. But I mean, who's really using the Vita? I mean, let's be real.
Well-
I mean, like, we've moved on from that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, really, like, when's the last time you saw a Vita or a PSP out in the wild?
My adopted brother owns 2 Vitas, by the way.
He owns it. Yeah. Was he
At the
using
pawn
it
shop.
actively? I mean, like, I don't
I don't
play
know.
old
The
games
Vita
like
is
that,
still
so-
a quality handheld, though. With the
It is, but like they haven't made any games for how long?
couple years.
Shoot.
Yeah,
Before
about
they even
every generation,
discontinued.
they
About
eventually-
4 years. Yeah.
They eventually stop doing stuff with it. This happens. That's how it works. You know, you can't. They're not making games for the GameCube anymore. I mean, like so, so let it go. Just move on. It's time to move on. It'd be different if they had a new portable, but like they don't, and they basically let that go. So at one point, when they stop making PSVR games, they're gonna discontinue the fucking PSVR as well. So like, get ready for it. Like it happens. I mean, I don't see what the big deal is with them closing some stores down, but no one's using it in the first place. And maybe that's why they're closing them. Who's using them?
I mean, that's a good question. I don't know how many active users there are on the PS3, the Vita, or the PSP. That would probably be something that, if I wasn't working today, I might have done a little research on that to see. But it is what it is. But I mean, the only thing unfortunate about that is they really haven't gotten down any type of emulation or anything like that for the PS3 with the cell processor and the games that were on it. Of course, yes, they did make remasters to some of the games, some of the quote unquote classics or hits or whatnot. But let's be real. There's all sorts of gamers out there that play all sorts of games, right? And
Hey, Bot, can I hit you up with this right here?
What up?
Okay, so in 2019, it was 94 million active users on the PlayStation 3.
Oh, wow.
huh.
Yeah.
Wow, that is definitely interesting. Shout out to Sir X-Man hitting up the super chat one more time. Brother, thank you so much. He said 360 the only place to play Soul Calibur 4 and 5.
5. Yep. I got that. Well, I already had that in there. I was tripping out. I was happy as hell to still see that I had that game.
Yeah, I can't believe Albert is like it's called consolidation of content. It's a great PlayStation move. Like I can understand if you're not against it, but for you to champion it and be like this is a great PlayStation move, like I don't see why you would do that unless like you're just
especially
trying to be a
since
shill. Like that's
Especially since there's some games that I'm like, I want to play some of those games.
he said screw you. It's a PlayStation. It's a great PlayStation.
I know,
move,
I know, dude. I know,
exactly
it's
what he
fine.
said.
It's all right. I get it. I get it. But I mean, hopefully we will get like a remaster or something. I mean, they're doing a remaster of Mass Effect, but that's a different company, of course. But I mean, hopefully maybe we'll get something from Insomniac to do
He said,
Resistance or
hopefully,
something.
maybe. Hopefully, maybe. Do you hear that, Albert? Do you hear the hopefully, maybe? That's your consolidation right there,
I have
brother.
to, I have to be hopeful, man.
I am filling up my pod, but guys, we pretty much hit that mark, yo. It is time, and I think we are ending it on time tonight, guys. Pred,
How did that happen?
how did that happen, bro? There was a couple more things we could talk about, but I feel like the show was a quality show. We had definitely a range of things to talk about. Shout out to the chat. You guys are absolutely ridiculous. The love and support that we see from week to week for the next podcast is absolutely incredible. If you haven't done it yet, definitely share the show out. Let people know that we are live every Thursday, prime time, 8 p.m. But shout out to you guys. You guys are absolutely amazing. And, like a 40-year-old with a comb over, it is time to get those plugs in. It's funny now that I'm like 40-year-old with a comb over. I'm 42 now. I'm 42. I can't believe it. Let's.
And you're bald.
Well, I did actually just shave my head like 2 days ago. So I went into work and everybody just looked at me like, "Who is this?"
40-year-old without a comb over.
Yeah, with no.
Who's this Sinead O'Connor looking fuck?
Yes. Sinead O'Ponybot is back, people. Yeah. Well, Dark, since you feel the need to talk so much, why don't you give us your outro, man? What do you got going?
Yeah, you guys can find me on Twitter at DarkOptimus. You can also find me on Xbox and PlayStation at the same name. And yeah, we did a spoiler cast of the Snyder Cut on Luca at the Ashen Luca's channel yesterday, and that was a lot of fun. So go check that out if you guys haven't watched it yet. Yeah, man.
Dude, I know
As always, I'll be here next week.
You were absolutely giddy about being able to talk about movies and a movie.
Oh yeah,
and
dude.
like
Anytime I get to talk about movies, I'm like, can I come on?
How about me?
Yeah, because I'm like, man, I want, because that's something that, I mean, I love games, but movies will always be my end all be all love. I just love movies way more than I do anything else. So. Yes, definitely porn. Yep.
Wow.
And Pred's OnlyFans too. So.
Nice little plug there.
Yo, Cerebral Paul, I do not look like a serial killer. At least I hope I don't look like a serial killer.
I mean, we've seen some pictures of you, dude.
Yeah. Oh, you should see me at work with the safety glasses, the hairnet on now with a shaved head, and the face mask. I
still have to wear a hairnet.
I still have to wear a hairnet, but I have a line beard too. Like I have a line beard that goes around.
Oh, okay.
But guess what? I don't have to wear a beard net though. That's weird. It's so weird.
That's weird.
Yo, shout out to Paul. Yo, good to see you in the chat, brother. All right, let's see. Let's go with Predator next. Predator, have these other podcasts realized, what they're missing out on, not having you on as a guest? Are you guesting anywhere this week?
Nope, I haven't guessed it in a long time on anybody's channel. So.
What is going on with these people, man?
Yeah, what's going on with people?
Maybe I say one or two.
Dude, the first time I podcasted with you, I kept my eye on you that entire time because I was like, yo, dude, like, I wanted to get you on, my show at some point in time. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it, bro.
Here I am, still here.
Yes.
Don't know what happened. Nope, not podcasting anywhere though. But I will definitely be here next week. Are we doing anything tomorrow?
Oh shoot, yeah. I it was funny. I forgot to mention that because again, I worked a 12-hour shift today, but I do want to go live with the Xbox showcase. So if you guys want to join me, you are more than welcome. Except for Dark Optimus.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Dark is usually the one who does join me, by the way.
It's true, but tomorrow I won't be able to.
You bastard.
Unfortunately. I know, dude, unfortunately.
All right.
I don't think I will either. I gotta. I don't. It's
you
according to how I feel. Well, no, it's according to how I feel. I'm getting my second COVID shot tomorrow morning.
Oh, so. I was gonna say your second period of the month. Is that what's going on?
Grouchy ass.
Yeah,
freaking baby Huey looking motherfucker.
Yo, anybody in the chat, if you guys want to hang out with me tomorrow and watch the Xbox showcase live on my channel, hit me up on Twitter in a DM. Let me know. We will get you on here. Okay, because these bastards they don't want to show up.
It's true. Listen to that.
I don't like you enough.
All right. Well, Predator, did you talk about
Yeah,
your
I'm done.
OnlyFans and
He was
everything, or
he was first.
no?
Dark
But
already plugged it for me.
oh, okay. All right. All right. Well,
Daddy Dark came in through.
Thanks, Daddy.
now we're getting to the guy with the Dead Sea Scrolls when it comes to content and things people need to check out. I know tomorrow night is a big night for you, as always, every Friday. Let people know what's going on, with that show, what's going on with your YouTube, with your streaming. Dude, I'm just gonna sit back, yo. The mic's yours. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. I hope you guys was enjoying some of my gameplay, like this gameplay right here. I had to save the gameplay because I haven't seen people talk about it for a really long time. So that was a good
And
feeling.
nobody talked about yours tonight either. So
Oh yeah, no, they're watching. I guarantee you. But those people like, oh man, what's this?
I was watching and I was like, I've seen this before.
He's not.
Yeah,
he's not
yeah,
lying.
because he was watching GRG last week. But that's okay. That's all right. So
Nope, I've seen it on this channel before.
okay, well, he probably just replayed something that I gave him, so it's okay. It's all right. It's good quality. You know what I'm saying? Is this me when I play Destiny? Is this my gameplay for did we play Destiny?
Yeah. I put two. I put the one of the newer ones, and I put one of the older ones, and I put some real gameplay because I put my gameplay in as well. So.
Okay, all right. So anyway,
and yo, I can't believe. Hold on, real quick. Wendigo said that I am the check this out. I am the only fanboy on the Crossfire panel. Come on, people. Wow, go ahead.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Go ahead, Kate Megan. You shut the fuck up, man.
Lord have mercy. Anyway, all right, man. Again, thank you guys for the support. It meant a lot to me for me to sit here and to make that move to go ahead and to make GRG an actual business. And so, you know what I'm saying? So now I'm really about to go to work. I've been saying it, so now it's time to get to it. So, yeah, no,
Congrats, man.
Yeah, no, thank you. But so I'm definitely so GRG Extra will be coming back. I've got some plans on that. Just setting up the team and who I want to have on it, and of course it'll be a little bit different than what GRG is. Just like Devin the Gamer is different than the other two podcasts. But we'll be on a streaming schedule. Get that popping. So I will definitely start getting that started and more often. And then man, just doing what I do, man. Just try to reach out to the community, try to look for new talent to not to replace anybody or anything like that, but just to let people hear their voice. To be a
GRG
guest,
panel, you
like
are
that.
on notice. He is looking for new talent.
No, we good. We got our new talent, so we good. You know what I'm saying? And they got, and then shout out to my boy Six Slayer and to 108 Dragons. They doing their thing with their podcast, the Dragon's Den that comes on Saturdays, and then of
Great
course
podcast.
and then it's a what?
It's a great podcast.
Oh, so you gonna kiss their ass, but you can't kiss mine.
Dude, anytime, of course. I like them too. I don't like you as much.
Oh my God! Okay, that's great. All right, so no, and also for my boy Still Rain, the newest member of the GRG family, he's going to be doing a Saturday morning podcast with Pog. So so yeah, they're going to be doing the Saturday morning thing. I think it's called Living. I forgot what it's called right now. I got to do better with that, but go check them out, man. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them. They're going to debut it for the first time Saturday. Man, I just love seeing these guys branch out. You know, it's just the same as I felt like when Grown Women Gaming started off doing their thing. You know, and man, it's just like Bot should be proud too, because it's kind of like, you know, we branched out like from next podcast GRG, then there's GRG, and then there's all these other entities right underneath it. So
I love how
really
great
cool, man.
things branch off of you guys and then get away.
Pretty much.
Get
I mean, you know what
away.
I'm saying? Shout out to Fonz, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to All Day and them,
Yeah,
100 and
get
all them.
away.
Everybody just kind of, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, love GRG. I'm out, bro. All right, cool. Hey, man, how about me hopping on some RDX sometime? Hey, man, what's up, Fonz? You know what I'm saying? No, man, I mean, you know, I can't. I thought we were, no, man. Well, okay, so what's up, Luca? How about me coming on sometime? Nah. Okay, all right. Well, it's cool. Thank you. No, but shout out, shout out to all the GRG family from the past and the present, man. From Triple Cup Chuck to Live Wire to Kaleidoscope, all the cats, man. Much love to all the people, man. I have nothing but love and admiration for everybody who's been a part of the family. You know what I'm saying? Especially the ladies, Delilah and Infamous. So yeah, man. Let me get the hell out of here, man. All right, good shit. See y'all Friday night. Come on and check me out. GRG 8 o'clock Central, baby. Let's do it.
You should probably tell people Eastern time. They know Eastern more than Central, bro.
I probably would do
Just
Eastern
saying.
time.
Yeah.
2 a.m. GMT time.
Yo, guys, on that note, again, huge shout out to the chat. You guys have been absolutely incredible. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. We are here every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Not only that, every other Sunday, you can tune into this channel for the Series X podcast with me and Jamie Moran, a.k.a. The Elusive Gamer. But as always, guys, we will see you next week on the next podcast. Have
and
a
how
great
can I
night,
forget
everybody.
Sunday night, Fight Night Sundays?
See, you gotta write this stuff down now, bro. Like,
I know. Shit.
This is Steve
And we're
Downs, the voice of Master Chief, Spartan 117. And you're tuned in to Next Podcast. Now, wake me when you need me.